Hi everyone, I'm Donna Stellhorn, your practical astrologer, and today we are talking about the new moon. It's on May 26th, it's at 6 degrees of Gemini, and this is more than just an ordinary new moon because we have Mercury along with Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, and Pluto all in the mix, and this is causing this ongoing cosmic shakeup that you've been feeling. In this video, we're going to be diving into this new moon chart to see how it's going to affect you and what new doors of opportunity it could be opening for you. And then at the end of this video, there's going to be a segment continuing our series about activating your part of fortune. So you want to stay tuned all the way to the end. So before we talk about the new moon chart itself, let's talk about the long-term horizon. And let's start with Uranus, which is at late degrees of Taurus. And this is not a great place for Uranus to be. This started in June 2024, and because I think we're even going to feel it in the early degrees of Gemini, we are looking at this energy until at least mid-2026. Now, the reason I say this is not a great place for Uranus is because Uranus is about disruption and sudden unexpected change, which can be the pleasant surprises that we all want and look for occasionally from the universe. But Taurus is about stability and security. And so when we put these two together, we get this energy of feeling like there's no stability and no security at all. And of course, this gets more difficult if we're searching for security and stability. It's like if we're on a roller coaster, we're not expecting anything but the ups and downs and, the startling changes that a roller coaster brings. And personally, I don't like roller coasters. You might not either, but that's kind of what we're on right now. And if we have the mindset that we're on a roller coaster, so there is a lot of changes going on, and we're not necessarily going to have that quiet stability for a while. If we can get into that mindset of we're expecting the unexpected changes, then things can be a little bit more comfortable, but more importantly, we can prepare ourselves to meet and greet the opportunities that are coming. Now, at the same time, Neptune is in Aries and Saturn joins Neptune in Aries on May 24th. And so if you think of Neptune as a vision of what you want, the picture in your mind, the beautiful utopian ideas that you have, Saturn is the planet of practicality, of the work that it takes to build that vision. And so it's kind of like the architect drawing the blueprints from what you are saying your vision is. And so putting these two together, we get the picture of what you want and the plans to get there. So technically that's a great combination. So then if we look at Uranus as dislodging us or getting us unstuck from a place where maybe we're in a rut or maybe we're not seeing the opportunities around us, then it makes sense that we have all of this energy together to help loosen us to a point where we can see the opportunities and then go through the open door. And then Pluto's role in all of this, as it's going to be traveling through Aquarius, is very much about this transformation of who we are as individuals as well as who we are as a society. And so this allows you, now that you've been dislodged and you have a new vision, to go find your group, your tribe, your audience. So it is quite possible that around the time of this new moon, you're going to receive some sort of message. And that message could come from someone you know, or something you've watched, or a message from the universe. Now, I know that sounds like a lot for one little new moon, but this new moon is making the trine to Pluto as well as the sextile to Neptune and Saturn. And so if we thought about a picture of this, to me it feels like the Three of Pentacles. Now, in the Three of Pentacles, we have the person with the resources, that would be Pluto. That person gets together with the person with the vision, that's Neptune, and the carpenter who has the skills, that's Saturn. And so that might those three roles might all be you, or you are pulling in that information from other sources, and together you're building your monument. And this is Gemini new moon. So a Gemini new moon is the spark of the idea. This doesn't mean that everything has to be built and completed in 2 weeks. It can't be. This is just the beginnings of the plans. And from there, then you have a direction, and then it's one foot in front of the other to get to your destination. And if you want to know what's ahead for you in 2025 and 2026, I do readings. These readings are live readings with me via Zoom, and we cover your questions. And so there's a link in the description. Okay, Virgo. So once a year, the new moon is at the very top of your chart, and it's kind of like a beacon over your head that just says, here I am, which means that you're more noticeable at this time. And being noticeable means that when you send off your resume, it's more noticed. When you go to a party or an event, you are seen. When you post something, you are seen by more people. So this is a time where you want to do the things that you want to be noticed for. So because you get this energy once a year, you really want to capitalize on it, especially during this 2-week time. Now, when it comes to friendships or new love relationship, Mercury is making a nice sextile with Saturn, which means that if you initiate the action, then good things can happen. So that is, get off to the party, go say yes to the social invitations, go and hang out in places where you can meet people, networking events or festivals, conventions, those sort of places where you are around new people that you can meet, and then you could find someone for a love relationship or find someone for a special friendship. And then when it comes to your existing love relationship, the energy is just as good. It's Mercury is making a sextile to Neptune, so the two of you have an opportunity for more harmony in the relationship. It means that if there is an issue, you can work it out, especially if you initiate that process, because it's sextile, you have to start. You have to say, hey, let's sit down and talk about this, and this is where I was wrong, and let them then say where they were wrong, or this was where the misunderstanding was. This energy is also good if you have to do something as a couple for something external, like talking to people at your kid's school, or, well, they may be out of school by the time you hear this, but, or if you are dealing with, trying to book a vacation or things like that, that the two of you are more of a united front right now. Now, when it comes to your money, you pull money from Venus, which is in a money house, which is quite good, but it's sitting with Chiron, which says that you do have some sort of block that could be cleared now, something that could be healed within you, that could open up new money opportunities. So this could be some psychological thing, something from childhood, or something that happened where you felt like there was a loss, or a loss of control, or a loss of power that caused you to then say, well, I'm never, ever, ever doing that again. Instead of saying, okay, what did I learn? How could I avoid this problem? So this is a time to look to clear that block by first understanding what the block is, and then maybe using some sort of modality or counseling or something like tapping to release yourself from that block. And when you do, some opportunities could really open up. Now, when it comes to money from business or from investments, Venus is making a nice trine to Mars. So you have opportunities to make more money than usual over the next 2 weeks. With a trine, as you do some actions, you get even more beneficial results. So you do want to lean into this and see what you can get going. But with the trine energy, even if you do nothing, you could get some benefits. Now, when it comes to money derived from career, so that would be a paycheck, it is a different story because the moon is making a semi-square to Venus. And while it is an aspect, and you need an aspect to collect money, it's not an easy one. So you've got quite a bit of energy going on around your career. And so this may be that you are going into a new position, or that you have a new supervisor, or that you're changing jobs entirely. And because of that, there is a learning curve. So you could make more money, but you have a lot of steps to climb to get there. So the energy is right now, it could be difficult, but in the long run, it gets better. So, and this does mean that if you are looking for a job, you do have some opportunities coming up. In this third section of the video, I have a couple of announcements, and then we're going to talk about activating your part of fortune. Every month I offer a free class. It's called New Month Wishes, and it falls on the first day of the month at 12 p.m. Pacific time. There is now a much easier way to register for this class. Just click on the link in the description and you put in your name and email, and you will get the Zoom link and you will get some information about this class. And so what we do in this class is we talk about the astrological energies for the month, and then we together write our wishes for the month, and we activate them together with a short meditation. The class is really fun, and I hope you join us. I'm also teaching a class on finding the best day to do anything, and this is based in Chinese astrology on the 5 elements. It's a really simple method of determining the energy that you have and the energy of the day, and seeing how you can utilize the energy of the day to get the things done you want to get done. This class is part of a summit where I'm speaking with a bunch of people who are talking about very interesting topics like spirit guides and altars and all kinds of things. And so there's a link to this summit in the description. And if you like videos like this and you would like to support me and astrology in general, there is a join button next to the subscribe button, and I appreciate your support. So the part of fortune in your chart, as we've talked before, is not a planet. It is just a point, and it is derived from your sun, moon, and ascendant. It is a place where you feel that you can gain and where you feel fortunate. Today we're going to be talking about the part of fortune going through the houses. If you don't know where your part of fortune is, I can send you a PDF of your chart. There's a link in the description, and then just put in the subject line that you want to know where your part of fortune is. If you have part of fortune in the first house, you have the ability to feel what is wanted and needed by others, and this can make you very popular. So with this placement, you make most of your headway through your own efforts. If you have part of fortune in the second house, you have gains through things that you could own, or tangible things, so things like collectibles, antiques, land, other physical items. You also can get a lot of help from business people, and there are opportunities for you to gain if you deal with people in finance. If you have part of fortune in the third house, gains come to you through your knowledge, and that is as you collect information, you find opportunities. You also gain a lot through travel and meeting people, especially in foreign lands. And then you can also do gains getting help from siblings or neighbors. So, and by neighbors, I mean people in your local community. If you have part of fortune in the fourth house, your luck is around real estate. And so that is about selling real estate, or owning real estate, or doing anything that helps people connect with home. You can also get support from family members, and if you build yourself a strong foundation, and that would be like having an emergency fund and having some basic skills, you can really build towards material success. If you have part of fortune in the fifth house, you have good abilities when it comes to creative things, and this could include art or music, design, acting. You also may have special connections with children, as well as you get extra luck when it comes to speculation. If you have part of fortune in the sixth house, it's going to sound a little counterintuitive, but you actually have an easier time finding a job, and you might find a very good paying job. Additionally, you find things that benefit your health, which is one of the greatest wealth things out there, because when you feel good, then you can do many things. So your luck and your opportunities for gain are often around health-related things. If you have part of fortune in the seventh house, you have a gift of dealing with other people. So that would be negotiations or doing contracts. You also can gain through marriage, and you can gain through finding the right business partners or doing the right collaborations. Now, if you have part of fortune in the eighth house, then luck settles into the areas of business income, passive income, as well as things like inheritance. This can also mean wins, and so from wins, like unexpected money coming in, this would be kind of predicated on some of the other aspects that are happening that are attached to your 8th house or in the 8th house. But that part of fortune there does give you some opportunities, even for lottery. If you have part of fortune in the 9th house, you get more luck in general, which is very nice. You can also have good encounters and benefits from in-laws. You can find that travel brings you a lot of luck and benefits and material gain. And you can also get material gain through education, or that you can find things like financial aid more easily. If you have part of fortune in the 10th house, then luck and gains and opportunities do come through business or your career. It also helps give you a good reputation and social standing. It helps attract people to you so you can gain a following, and it helps you move up in your career within a company or to expand your business. If you have part of fortune in the 11th house, then friends bring you luck and gain. So as you widen your circle of friends, you have more opportunities for that. You also can, since you're quite inventive, you could invent something that brings you financial benefits. You could also receive a good, strong salary with part of fortune in the 11th house. If you have part of fortune in the 12th house, there is more general luck and protection in your life. There's more of an active guardian angel. You also have good abilities when it comes to art and music and design. You can do well working for a large company. You can also trust your gut a little bit more, because you have enhanced psychic gifts. So next month, I think we're going to continue this theme of prosperity. And so we're going to be talking about some of your different money houses that you have in your chart. You have more than one, and where they are pulling money from. So we're going to start to unravel that little puzzle so that you can find where the money is in your life. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to the newsletter, consider doing so. It's an illustrated weekly newsletter, and it talks about the energies for the week, and you can sign up. There's a link in the description, and I will see you in the next video.